Hello everyone, my name is Shantina and I am back with another video. Welcome to my channel. So today I am going to be discussing with you 5 things that I do that I'm sharing with you that you can do also to maintain healthy growing hair. And you also want to make sure you are staying throughout the video and don't click through the video because I'm going to give you demonstrations of each of those 5 things.
Everything you need, waves, curves, and kings. Simply divine is where you need to be. Everything you need, waves, curves, and kings. Simply divine is where you need to be.
Alright, so let's just get right on into it. I did write some stuff down because I do not want to miss anything. If you've been watching my videos for a little while, you know that I'm like a real information type of person. I like to give as much information that I can. Okay, so let's get into it. Alright, so you want to do these 5 things to maintain healthy growing hair. And the first one is you want to know the current state of your hair. What is the current state of your hair? Is it dry? Is it brittle? Is it weak? So you want to make sure you know the current state of your hair, and you want to be real with yourself. You want to be real with yourself. If your hair is not in the best condition, say that to yourself. Then you will make changes because you recognize that there is a problem. So first things first, you want to know the state of your hair. And this is very important, like I said, because from the start you will know what you need to do on your journey towards healthy growing hair. And you also want to know what are your short-term goals? What are your long-term goals with your hair? Like, for example, my short-term goals is to have fuller hair because my hair is it doesn't have a lot of density, so I'm looking for density short-term. And my long-term goal is definitely healthy growing hair and retaining length. So with that at the forefront of my mind, I know exactly what I'm getting into. I know exactly the path that I need to go, or the path I need to research. So it's very important that you know the state of your hair, know your short-term and long-term goals for your hair. And under that same umbrella, you want to know your porosity levels of your hair. You want to know if your hair is low porosity, if it is medium porosity, or if it is high porosity. This makes a difference because then you will know what type of products work well for your hair, what techniques you will have to do in order for your hair to gain moisture, and you will know if you're doing too much protein or if you need to add protein. So it's very important to know your porosity levels of your hair. So I did do a quick demonstration to show you how to see if your hair is low, medium, or high porosity. All right, so first things first, to know, you want to get a glass of water. Not cold water, because cold water is going to close any pores to any strands of hair. So you want to get like room temperature or lukewarm water in a medium to tall glass of water. You definitely want to use a clear glass of water, and then you are going to take a strand of your hair. I took a strand of my hair and I placed it in the water and waited for about 3 or 4 minutes to see if it sunk, or if it stayed at the top, or if it sunk just a little bit to the middle. All right, so I have taken a strand of hair and it's been sitting in this water now for, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 minutes. and it's still floating at the top. All right, so my hair is floating at the top. I can barely show you what it looks like, but trust me, it's floating at the top. So that means that I have low porosity hair. All right, back to it. As you can see from the demonstration, my hair strand stayed to the top, and I think I even held it there for held it in the water for about 5 minutes. So it had a lot of time to figure out what it was going to do. So that means that my hair is low porosity. And that means simply my hair does not absorb water or moisture easily without the help of steam or pretty much steam or under a hooded dryer to open up my hair strands to allow the moisture to get in there, because my hair strands are very tightly woven, and yes, it is very difficult for moisture to get into my hair strands. So with me knowing that, now I know what products I need to be using, whether it is butters versus milks. If you are high porosity, wait, let me back up. If your hair strand has dropped all the way to the bottom, that means that you are high porosity. The good thing about high porosity is that it's easy for you to get moisture in because your hair strands are loosely woven, so it's easily you can get moisture into your hair a little bit easier than someone with, like myself, low porosity, without having help doing that. The difficult part about high porosity is keeping the moisture in your hair, because your hair strands are loosely woven and they're open more than a tightly woven hair strand. So of course you're going to be wanting to use things like butters, thicker conditioners. You're definitely going to want to be sealing your hair, because you know your hair is not going to automatically seal unless you maybe shock it with some cold water. If you shock it with cold water, then your hair strands will start shrinking up, and well, not shrinking up, but closing up, and then you can put that oil on there, and then bam, your moisture will stay. If it goes to the middle of the glass, then that means that you have medium porosity hair. And with medium porosity hair, you perfect, girl, you are perfect, okay? It's easy for you to get moisture in there, and your hair is woven enough, tightly woven enough to where it seals the moisture in. You winning, girl. You got that medium, you winning. Comment below if you feel like you have medium porosity hair. I would love to know your journey. I would love to know your experience when it comes to retaining moisture in your hair strands. All right. The second thing that you can do is to know the ingredients that is in the products that you are choosing to use for your hair. You want to make sure that you are using ingredients that is stimulating to the scalp, moisturizing to the hair, clarifying in some cases to your hair. You want to be using ingredients and oils that is going to pretty much aid in the health of your hair. So you want to be looking at products that don't have so many harsh ingredients in them. There are going to be not some, a lot of the products that you use do have some harsh ingredients, or should I say ingredients that you may not be able to pronounce, but that's all the scientific side of, you know, preserving products as long as they are, or to get the color that it is, or the smell that it is, or in some cases some of them have glycerin and things like that. And all of those things doesn't necessarily hurt your hair. It's just things that's added to it. But you want to make sure that those first 10 ingredients in that product is, you know, at least stuff that you can pronounce, and ingredients that you are familiar with, that you know is going to aid in the health of your hair. Okay, so you got to know the ingredients of the things that you're putting in your hair. And some healthy ingredients that you can be looking out for are, of course, water. Water has to be that first ingredient. If it has water as the first ingredient, you know that it is water based, and it is going to aid in the moisture side of your hair, you know, getting moisture. So water being first, you know that your hair is definitely going to be moisturized. You want to see amino acids, very, very good for your hair. You want to be looking for B vitamins, very good for your hair. One of the B vitamins is biotin, but if you see it separate, B vitamins and then biotin, that means that it's even an extra boost of biotin in there. It'll be awesome if you can get some with some MSM in there. CBD oil, tea tree oil for stimulating your scalp, peppermint oil for stimulating the scalp, avocado, honey. Both of those bring moisture. So you want to be looking for things, ingredients like that in the products that you are choosing to use for your hair. All right. So the third thing that you want to be doing, put at the top of the list, that you are going to stick to a hair care regimen this year. Challenge yourself. Stick to a hair care regimen. I write down everything, so it's easy for me to like track my ingredients. It's easy for me to track the products that I'm using, knowing what's working, what's not working, sticking to a hair care regimen, being very dedicated to my hair journey. You gotta hone in on it. You have to hone in on it. And I know a lot of us get tired of the same old hair care regimen, but keep in mind, it's going to take patience and consistency, okay, in order to see results on your hair care journey. And you want to also be taking pictures at milestones. Always take pictures. At least you want to get at least like 2 or 3 pictures a month, and then you will start seeing the difference in growth. You got to get a hair care regimen down, okay? Because our hair changes from month to month, season to season, and you have to have a hair care regimen in store for each one of those things. It's not difficult if you write it down. In the wintertime, you want to be doing more moisturizing and more protective styling, and less stripping of your hair with shampoos, because your hair is already dry because of the climate of the cold weather outside, depending on where you are geographically. But I know where I am, we do get cold seasons. We do get cold winters. So you want to make sure you have a regimen for your seasons: summer, winter, spring and fall. You want to make sure that you are consistent with it. You want to be making sure that you're doing hair scalp massages while you're washing your hair. Anytime that you're putting a product in your hair, what I do, I'm always massaging my hair, my scalp, because I'm really like trying to make this a lifestyle for me. I'm not just doing this just to see what my hair can do. I'm really trying to get on a schedule with it. I'm really trying to incorporate it into my everyday life, because if you incorporate this regimen into your schedule, it's a part of your everyday life. So, you know, I get my scalp massages in when I'm watching, you know, TV, or if I'm listening to podcast or looking at a YouTube, I'm constantly just, and yes, I do use some type of stimulating oil to do that also. All right, moving right along. So the fourth thing that you want to be doing is making sure you have a pretty good or healthy eating habits. Okay, not a lot of sugar. Okay, you want to, not a lot of sugar, not a lot of carbs. That right there does not help in hair growth. That right there does not help in hair growth. All right, so you want to be making sure that you are trying to cut those things or do less of those things. You want to make sure that you're drinking lots of water, eating a lot of leafy green vegetables. You want to also be eating fruit. If you have a sweet tooth, you can always eat fruit, and that will, well, maybe for some people, but for me, it does kind of like curb that sweetness that I be wanting sometime. And you definitely also want to be taking a multivitamin, one preferably with biotin and MSM in it. I personally like liquid vitamins over capsules or even the, you know, the regular vitamins. My stomach doesn't like it, but liquid vitamins do work for me. And the one liquid vitamin that I use, I've been asked plenty of times over and over what liquid vitamin I use, and I do use the NutriBurst. It's really good. It helps with my skin. It helps with my hair. It also helps with my nails. So a multivitamin is definitely important when you are trying to have a healthy hair care regimen or just lifestyle. I also take collagen peptide powder in my tea or my smoothie. I don't want to get into collagen peptides because I've done a few videos on collagen peptides. You can definitely check out. I can list some in the description box, or I'll put it in one of the ad screens up here. And you can check that out about collagen peptides, but it's a really, really, really good supplement that anyone over 25, of the age of 25 should be taking. But do your research first before you like take my word on that. But you definitely want to make sure you have a healthy, you know, or semi-healthy eating habits. Because if you're eating a lot of sugar, it's just counterproductive to helping you get shiny, healthy, growing hair consistently. All right, so now that you know your porosity levels, you know ingredients that you should be taking, you have a awesome hair care regimen, and you're being consistent with that hair care regimen, and you are drinking your water, taking your vitamins, trying to eat healthier. It brings us to the fifth and final thing that you need to be doing, okay, in helping you grow your hair naturally, healthy, consistently. All right, come a little closer, just a little bit closer, a little bit closer. You gotta be good to yourself. You gotta be patient with yourself. Yes, patience, and being good to yourself, being kind to yourself. Don't do your hair when you're upset, when you're stressed. Don't do your hair when you don't have time. It takes like 4 hours. A good 4 hours a week is a good hair care regimen time slot. 4 hours. Allow your time, allow that to be your time to, you know, self-care on your hair. Ooh, self-care on your hair. Self-care on your hair. Self-care. Oh, you know what I mean. Self-care for your hair. All right? making sure you just good to yourself, because this journey that you are on or about to go on is not a sprint, okay? You're not going to get there fast. Only thing that happens fast with your hair is damage, unhealthy, or breaking off, or just straight out cutting your hair. All right, other than that, you're going to need patience. You're going to have to be kind to yourself. You're going to have to encourage yourself, and know that this is a marathon and not a sprint. All right, so that is my 5 things that you can do to maintain natural, healthy, growing hair. All right, if you have any suggestions, if you want to add to that, leave it in the comment section. We all can learn from everybody's mistakes or triumphs. So I want to learn, is it more that we can do? Let's add to the list. These are just 5 things that I know that I do that work. All right, so let's converse in the comment section. Also, you want to make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, and you want to make sure that you are clicking that notification bell so you won't miss any video that I put out. All right, and you want to give this video a thumbs up. It definitely helps me in the algorithm. It allows people to see my video more. So give me a thumbs up for this video and help your girl out. All right, until the next video, stay focused and keep moving forward in a positive direction, forsaking all negativity that tries to invade your space. Until the next time, I'll see you guys with my next video. Bye.
Everything you need, waves, curves, and kings, simply divine.